Melbourne, just a bit of dew has come in, so the surface is a bit slippery and there is no breeze to speak of. Both sides will line out as selected. There was a sign here moments ago that said Collingwood equals no Carey. Of course, both these sides, Essendon and Collingwood, have figured pretty prominently in the chase for Wayne Carey during the week. But a couple of fans have been, well, coerced into putting that sign back over the fence. Quarters.
Sure they have. There's Chris Tarrant. He needs a big performance tonight, as Robert Wars alluded to in our opener. There's a bit of a whisper also tonight that perhaps Matthew Lloyd and Dustin Fletcher might be in doubt, but they've certainly taken their places. So whether they're 100%, that remains to be seen.
And James Hird taking his position up forward. Matty Lloyd, Rioli playing in the forward line for the Bombers.
Fletcher, Tarrant.
Fletcher on Tarrant. And Danny Jacobs, that's an interesting one. Danny Jacobs going into the forward line for the Bombers. He's a wonderful mark. And I've got no doubt they'd be looking at Jacobs to mark and kick goals. Usually plays at centre half back. And
Rocker has started in the ruck for the Magpies, and he won it against Salmon. Little soccer off the ground by Jason Johnson, but only as far as Betheris, who puts Collingwood inside 50. Mark Johnson.
Play on the umpire's call.
Gee, on the third butt, I thought he had it. Umpire said play on. Holland now puts it inside 50 for Collingwood. Tarrant attacks it, no mark. Now Smoke and Joe cleans up for Essendon on the left boot. The kick's a little bit suspect, and taking the mark is Rupert Betheris. So Betheris wastes no time to the 50, and he finds Lockyer, can't take the mark. Umpire's paid a free kick.
Umpire was a spoil sport, wasn't he, on that mark?
Had to be a mark, didn't it? Three bites of the cherry.
He's a lovely kick, Tarkin Lockyer. He realises maybe the distance is just beyond him, but if he gets onto it, no, he'll go to short.
He goes short, and it's come off as he hits Rocker on the chest. And Anthony Rocker, slight angle, only 35 metres out. It's all a question of accuracy here. Here we go. Was it a mark? One bite, two bites.
Gee.
Oh, it had to be a mark.
Super effort.
Absolute, certain mark.
Gee, didn't he get a lovely ride over the top too? Let's see if he holds it here.
Yep, definite mark.
That's a mark.
Umpire's made a blue there.
And that's, you know, it's a terrific way for the Bombers to start with a mark like that, a super mark, and then the umpire disallows it. Disappointing. But Lockyer's pass to Big Anthony was just a beauty.
Now, this is his suspect distance, Rocker. But there's nothing wrong with that. Magpies on the board. First goal of the evening to the Magpies, courtesy of Anthony Rocker. Beautiful pass, and Rocker made no mistake.
Well, it was a beautiful pass because it was hard and low. Just didn't give the defenders a chance to get in there and get a fist on the ball. And that'll do his confidence the world of good, Rocker. .30 goals for the year, Anthony Rocker. James Clement playing at half-back on James Hird.
As he did successfully on Anzac Day. Out of the middle, Collingwood with the first goal. Masiti got good support from Wellman. And a little loop over the top. Gave Peverill the chance. Salmon, a wild old boot there. Peverill never gives up. Here's a chance for Masiti. Good running from the Bombers. Promising sign, Wellman. Really buffeted off the ball, but Heffernan, Blumfield, bit of a relay for the Bombers. They get it in. Hird couldn't quite get there. And Freeborn able to take the relieving mark. And the Pies to try and stream out of defence. This is Burns coming along Members' side into the space. Good looking kick. Plenty of Pies there. Lockyer, you would have expected him to take the mark. Lucuria, Masidi, all involved at this early stage. They're feeling each other out at the MCG. Collingwood have got the opening goal.
And it's Josh Fraser who is playing at centre-half forward. Lucas is his opponent. So we saw Lucas play a little bit in defence a week or two ago. So Lucas has gone to half-back. Jacobs forward.
Beautifully done by Rocker as he puts Collingwood out of trouble to the wing. Members' side of the ground. Lucas, Caracella goes sideways to Blumfield. Now he can create something here. He's got plenty of room to move. He goes long. His target is Lloyd. That's an excellent mark in front. Good strong hands to Lloyd, who plays on straight away onto the familiar left. He goes long. His target's Jacobs. He's wrestling. Fall of the ball. Collingwood have the numbers. It's Licuria. Slick hands to Burns, and the Magpies are away.
They are too. Wakelin out wide. And rare fumble from Buckley. Allow Blumfield in. Bombers heading towards full forward. Wellman's been prominent so far. Heffernan, another real noted goal kicker. He has the time. And unusual decision, really. Certainly the execution wasn't too flash. And the ball is over the boundary line. What do you think, Rob?
Yes, he was entitled to have a shot for goal there. Probably a little bit too unselfish. Tried to square it up. In the end, James Hird realised he couldn't mark it, got a fist on it, forced it out of bounds.
So Rocker going deep into defence to do the ruck work here. McGough so good at the clearances. Got it out to the defensive 50. And there's a good strong mark by Scotland, who's been a much improved player with the opportunity this year. Almost got himself into real trouble there. Gets himself out of it, or not really. Hits the ground. Moorcroft really pounces. Has to use it well. Good looking kick into the space. And Jacobs, who's the extra forward tonight, as they try and stretch this Collingwood defence, takes the mark and will kick it goal within the 50-metre arc.
And it was a really good pass there by Moorcroft. Didn't bomb it in. He tried to set his teammate up. Important kick this, because coaches make moves. Moves work if the players perform well, and this will give the whole team a lift if Danny Jacobs can go forward and kick a goal.
Kicked 6 goals, 6 for the season so far. Good looking kick. Contact was excellent, and the Bombers get there first. So Essendon 1 goal, Collingwood 1 goal. It's been a great start here at the MCG.
And he got into a little bit of trouble there, Heath Scotland. He couldn't go down the line. He had to go sideways, and good spoil there by Heffernan caused the spill. Moorcroft able to deliver to perfection.
One piece early in the piece here at the MCG. Lockyer for Collingwood. Tries to get it to Johnson. Whistle on play. Free kick. Coming back to Tarka Lockyer for a push. Lockyer. To half forward. His target's Fraser. Couldn't hang on to it. Mark Johnson. Little chip kick was clever to Peveril, who marks on centre wing. Plays on Rioli. Tried to get it to Heffernan, but without success. Lockyer again's been busy. High ball. Peveril beaten by the boundary line.
It's only minutes into the game, but you get the impression the Bombers are going to play on at every opportunity. One of their problems over the last 6 or 8 weeks, they've been very, very slow moving the ball. Very slow. They short pass, the player goes back, takes his time, looks up. All the options are covered. They're looking to play on at every opportunity. They'll take plenty of risks. It'll be bold, but if it comes off, it gives the forwards every chance to be one out against their opponents.
Peveril against Lockyer, and we have another throw in. Half forward flank, it's the Bombers into attack, kicking to the punt road end.
Blumfield on Buckley at the moment, Rob.
Yeah, Blumfield on Buckley, Peveril on Burns, and Licuria running with Jason Johnson as expected.
Salmon, enormous task for him tonight. Oh, Brodie Holland, welcome back to football. McGough, that was clever. Oh, gee, I thought Cloak was just going to kick it out of the air for a moment. He thought the better of it. Scotland playing on Mark Johnson down there at the moment. That's the toughness and ruggedness of the Bombers as they start to move it. Poor kick from Blumfield. Hird never had a chance. And had to be careful there, James.
Essendon's lack of play on it, it shows up in the stats. They're ranked 15th as far as handballs go. Handball gives you play on and creativity. Bombers have been very, very slow and stagnant.
Good thinking from Jacobs. It's going to be a free kick. So Rioli heard the whistle, knew that he couldn't get away with it. Mark Johnson forward, but Rioli the man. Can he glide towards goal and set them up? No. He went for a very ambitious kick. It was too hard. Well done, Heffernan. He's created this opportunity. Moorcroft, he might get a chance to finish it as well. Heffernan hemmed in against the line. Batheris, no free kick.
Good tackle.
Throw in.
Good tackle, Batheris. Forced the ball over the line. But no doubt Bombers have come out with a game plan which is all about play on at every opportunity.
So throw in. It's Lloyd and Prestigiacomo contesting this one. Moorcroft puts it back outside his own 50. And ball yells the crowd, but the umpire will come in and ball it up just outside Essendon's attacking 50 zone. It's 1 goal apiece. Rocker's got the goal for the Collingwood team, and Jacobs has booted the goal for the Bombers.
Fraser into the ruck for the Magpies. Anthony Rocker's gone to centre half forward.
Lockyer again. He's had 4 disposals so far. Another ball up. So on this occasion it's going to be Salmon against Fraser. They nullify each other. Well done by Bolton to Moorcroft to the goal square. Wellman, can he get there? He can't. Bombers have got the free kick though. It's Lloyd.
Well,
He was
Lloyd,
brought down by Prestigiacomo.
he worked so hard for that front position, Matty Lloyd. Almost took the mark. You get in front, you get any free kicks that are going, and he just willed himself to the front. Ball dropped in front of him, and then you'll see the free kick. Prestigiacomo over the shoulder, and there into the back. Has to be a free kick.
Matthew Lloyd averaging a 10 under 3 goals a game this season.
Well, last year it was 5 a game, and that's an indication that their forward line hasn't been given the opportunities, and Lloyd, Hurd, Lucas, etc. have struggled.
33 goals in 12 games. Now can make it 34. So the Bombers sneak to the front at the MCG. Saturday night football round 20. Essendon 2 goals, Collingwood 1.
In front, you get what's going your way, and no doubt a free kick. Moorcroft's been lively in the first 6 or 8 minutes of this game, in inclusion into the team, and that'll be good for his confidence as well.
You reckon he actually got in his back then, did he?
I think in the end he fell on it, not in the first part, but towards the end he did.
Mark Johnson giving the Bombers some drive they desperately need out of defence. 5 possessions so far, but Matthew Lloyd only kicked 7 goals in the last 5 weeks, so that will really help his confidence and the Bombers' confidence. Here's the Pies though. McGough out towards the line. It looks like it hasn't quite got enough. Brodie Holland played the first 11 games for the season. Back in tonight. McGough turns it over. Young Welsh gets them going. Moorcroft's been prominent so far. So's Wellman. Hurd versus Clement, 1-on-1 on 50. Hurd gone. And ping.
Yeah, the crowd enjoying it. Fast and furious this first quarter.
Lockyer, he's got an extra man over the top. Lucuria running for him. Couple of leads, one from Tarrant, who's been in the news this week. We'll see how he responds. Salmon's got back to try and fill the hole. Rocker from behind, no. And there's Salmon doing well to take it. And Mark Johnson's on here. They can just get it to him. Bolton. Good supporting role, good heavy stuff by Mark Johnson. And Bolton can get it away. Suddenly the Bombers in attack. Good, strong, hard lead from Lloyd. Jacobs has been pretty good so far. Oh, good handballs, creative stuff. Rioli could have had a shot. Went for the pass, Moorcroft.
Well, Freeborn hasn't been tight enough on Gary Moorcroft. He's paying the penalty. And Moorcroft has helped set goals up. Looks like he might kick one himself.
There's the runner out to him, Robert.
Yeah. Well, you've just got to pay your opponent respect. Moorcroft has had a dog of a season. Premiership player a couple of years ago, has battled to get a game. Unselfish football from Rioli to centre it. But Freeborn has just given him space, and you cannot afford to do that.
Well, he got a reprieve because he was dropped during the week, despite the fact that he kicked 2 goals last week. Only 4 for the season, Moorcroft. And that is a great kick. The Bombers have made a very promising start. Three goals Essendon, 1 goal Collingwood. Just the start they needed.
And Bolton dashing off half-back. Gee, they're going at it hard, players from both sides. Jacobs there, handball across to Rioli. This is clever football. He could have kicked a goal from there, but he's the sort of player, Rioli, if he can bring another teammate into the action, he will do it every time.
So the Bombers' moves early have worked. Moorcroft 6 disposals, a couple of marks and a goal. It is Essendon by 12 points. Lucuria to McGough. Buckley, haven't mentioned his name much so far tonight. Peverill did it beautifully. To Wellman, back to Peverill, almost turfed it out. To Blumfield. To Hurd at half forward, great pickup. Clever little dinky handball to Caracella. Now Essendon Work forward again, it's Hurd who stops. Gets it out to Masiti, onto the right boot, pumps it long. Lloyd in the goal square's got to beat 2. Cloak comes from the side and concedes to behind.
Did that well, Jason Cloak. He deliberately spoiled the ball through for a behind. And it's a difficult spoil because he's going forward. You can just see off the side of the fist, he got what he wanted.
So Lockyer straight into the man in front, and Danny Jacobs says, "Thank you very much. I'll take that."
He's done a Mark Graham.
He has done a Mark Graham. 2 in 2 nights. 4-1-25 to 1 straight 6. And the Bombers, that was just a gift.
If ever a team's confidence can be sunk, it's something like that. And you just wonder early in the game why players don't play the percentages a bit more, get the distance, get the yardage, instead of taking unnecessary risks like that. And look how happy the Essendon players are.
2 goals for Danny Jacobs at this early stage. And the Bombers, 4-1-25, are away. Collingwood, 1 straight 6. Saturday night football from a packed MCG.
Salmon against Fraser. Give that one to Salmon. Spill to McGough. He was looking for Betheris. Cloak slipped over at the crucial moment, but has time to recover. Back to McGough. Johnson can be dangerous on that left boot. Goes long and wide. Lucas, well done by Tarrant to create the contest. Kept his feet. Tarrant bangs it long, but it's
bad kick. He had Buckley in the goal square. He just needed to square the ball up. That's a disappointing effort. Buckley playing mainly as a half forward. Runner's gone out to him now. Wouldn't be at all surprised if Buckley's told to get into the thick of the action.
So Bolton goes short to Lucas.
It's okay to have Buckley playing up forward if the ball's getting there, but they're under siege at the moment, the Maggies.
Welsh playing just his 12th game of AFL football. Dishes to Lucas. Jacobs is his target. And we have a throw in. So we've been going 16 minutes in this first quarter at the MCG. It's 4-1 playing 1 goal.
What do you think of Lucas, Robert, as a defender?
Oh, look, I think he can do that job pretty well. It's a new challenge to him. Hard playing as a centre-half forward year in, year out. Just freshen him up a bit there.
Here's Jacobs. Been a bit of a surprise packet so far. Mercedes Johnson was bearing down. Good-looking kick. And Heffernan.
I think he surprised himself. Yeah. He wasn't expecting it.
An unlikely forward, really. Has been good so far.
Well, Heffernan, you say an unlikely forward, Anthony, and he is, but he's got a bit of pace, he's got a bit of toe, and they're playing him on Jason Cloak, and they're getting Jason Cloak back on the full-back line, where he struggles with pace on the lead.
And Heffernan converts for the Bombers, and it's 5-1 at the MCG. 5 goals won to 1 straight. Dream start this for Essendon.
And just looking for the pace of Heffernan out in front. Masidi, good vision, just puts it on the side of the boot. That's a lovely kick. Jason Cloak trailing 8 or 9 metres behind. Pays the penalty. Essendon 28 handballs, Collingwood 13. That gives you an indication of their game plan.
Great kick by Masidi too to pass that one to Heffernan. Collingwood need a goal. Lockyer might provide it. From 45, there's the one the Magpies needed. Quick reply. And Target Lockyer has provided the goods. 5-1 plays 2 goals. So the quick kick from Buckley, who's gone into the middle. That's his first disposal for the game. And Tarkin Lockyer pounced on it and made no mistake for his 14th goal of the season.
Well, no doubt Buckley got the message to get back into the middle. He started at half forward, Blumfield his opponent. But they need the skipper in the thick of the action at the moment.
Crowd still coming in at the MCG. It's really thickened out. And a great sight. Saturday night football, a great prelude to the finals, perhaps. Welsh getting Essendon forward. Carousella, Johnson with the task on him. Wakeland, Jacobs. And all the moves that we've been talking about, all the ones in unusual positions have been effective, haven't they?
Yes, I'm still waiting to see who will share the ruck work with Paul Salmon. There's Denny Jacobs on screen, but Salmon has rucked 19 minutes into this game, and he's up against Fraser at the moment. He started on rocker.
Well, it's an enormous show of confidence, isn't it, in Paul Salmon. Mercedes and Lockyer. Another throw-in. Paul Salmon's had 7 hit-outs so far. Fraser's had 3 for Collingwood. Overall, it's 9-5.
But they're glad he made a comeback.
Yeah. 31 plays 12. And we can see the old and the young, Fraser and Salmon. And you'd have to, well, Fraser, I think he knew he had a few Collingwood players there. Johnson, very short kick. Won't be 15, surely. No, it was. Now, Bomber fans questioning the ability of the umpire to judge 15 metres. That doesn't matter now because they're away. Nick Davis pushed well up the ground. He started across half forward. Buckley leads for him at centre half back, but he goes looking for McGough. Interesting target, poor execution, and Carousella well pleased to see it over the boundary line.
Yeah, on their toes, the Bombers, no doubt. Nick Davis, one of the better kicks in the AFL, and Carousella just able to get a hand on it.
McGough's had 8 possessions so far. Last time these two teams played, he was best on ground, won the medal on Anzac Day.
A 17-year-old.
Welsh for Essendon won the contest, puts it back inside 50. Prestigiacomo couldn't mark Clement. Being tackled by Hurd, umpire let it go, quick hands. Moorcroft will get another one. Oh, Moorcroft's got 2 and puts his opponent down after he's kicked the goal.
Well, he got flattened himself after he kicked it. Don't think there was much in it. He went to ground hoping he might get a second kick, but he's been the danger man, hasn't he?
The late inclusion has got 2.
Yeah, and Jacobs featured in that. You know, all the moves have worked. Jacobs up forward's been effective, and Moorcroft coming into the side has been lively. Nothing in that, but he's at his best when he's full of cheek, and he's got plenty of cheek going at the moment.
He has got cheek flowing from everywhere, hasn't he, at the moment? And why not? 2 goals, I suppose, so far. What a start. 6-1 to 2 straight. Salmon trying to hone the ruck skills. Missed the target, though. Holland gets them forward. Tarrant. Chance for Nick Davis here. The ball bounces right for him. It didn't. Bolton. Lucas had to work hard down low at his feet, and he's delivered beautifully for Salmon. McGough's fallen over in front of him, so able to use Mark Johnson now to try and spot up a target. Long lead from Lloyd. Hurd had to kick off the right boot.
It'll come back. It'll come back. Nice pass, Mark Johnson. And Matty Lloyd really leading hard at the footy. And that's one of his strengths. He can hit that ball at top pace and take a mark. Not many players can do that. Most of them slow down a fraction just before they take the ball. Allows the opposition defenders to get a fist on it.
So Matthew Lloyd.
This will test him, won't it? He could kick it. It's just about his range.
He's gone 68 consecutive games, kicking at least 1 goal. He's already got 1 tonight, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Right to the square. I think it was just slightly beyond him, as it turns out. And Betheris cleaning up for the Pies. So the Bombers 6-2-38. The Magpies are 2 straight 12. 26 points the margin at this stage.
And Nathan Buckley's gone down and said to young Lockyer, I'll do the kick-ins from here on in.
Buckley does just that, and the kick is absolutely perfect as he finds McGough for his 9th disposal to Whateley. Towards Tarrant. Fletcher's there to make sure he doesn't get it. So 6 minutes left in this first quarter. Essendon off to a flyer, 6-2. Collingwood 2 goals. Just repeating, 2 late withdrawals for the Bombers. Alessio and Ramanaskas both out. And coming into the team, McVeigh and Moorcroft, who's made his presence felt with a couple of goals. Salmon and Fraser will have a ball up. Leading disposal getters, McGough 9, Lockyer 7 for the Magpies, while for the Bombers 7 to Mark Johnson, 7 to Gary Moorcroft.
Handball count 35-15 Essendon's way.
Salmon got first hand to it. Davis, good use of the body, no support. We'll have another throw in.
Nick Davis in picture there. He doesn't do a lot of training. He's got the groin problem, so fitness is a problem with him, and Essendon would know that, and they would work him over at every opportunity. They've got Bolton playing on him, who is quite tall and a very good runner. No doubt when Essendon have got the ball, Bolton will take off, force Nick Davis to run.
Peveril, Carousella, Bombers trying to team up and get it out of defence. Carousella using Salmon. Rioli, McGough just judged it beautifully. 10 possessions coming up for McGough, and there's Buckley. Cross half forward. Rocker's in deep with Lucas, so he goes to the leading Tarrant. Blocky has pushed forward as well. Rocker standing back in the goal square calling for it. Sets it up for him, or does he? A bit of a miss kick, and behind the result of that. So that's the Magpies' first blemish of the night. 2-1-13 plays 6-2-38.
Great screen set on Fletcher there.
Yes, forwards are doing that more and more, working for each other, putting a block on the opposition defenders. And with 3 umpires, they really shouldn't be able to get away with that.
Fletcher chooses the members' side. Jason Johnson's been quiet, just 2 possessions. Lucuria doing the tagging job on him. Wellman around the corner. Scotland takes the mark. And that's a poor kick. Wellman, who goes for Heffernan, and he telegraphed that one, and Buckley came in to make sure of a throw-in.
You'd have to say at this stage, Lucas and Fletcher are taking the honours against the Magpie tall forwards in Rocker and Tarrant.
Fraser, good awareness of what was around him. Johnson couldn't take it. Heffernan obviously could.
See, he went to handball to the ruckman and decided, no, I won't give it to the big ruckman.
There was a wonderful result in the end. Massey now, Welsh has gone down about 10 metres ahead of play. Here's the lead, and it's a good one. Hurd doing his work well up the ground. Lloyd well up the ground. Hurd coming out of the square. Clement right there with him. Rioli! Oh, Dean Rioli, almost. Almost.
Wouldn't have surprised had he kicked it, would it?
No.
He knew what he was about. He knew how to angle the ball and just get the right kick. It just kicked a little bit too much.
Lockie has got a reprieve. Robbie's back at full-back again.
And his kick's good this time.
Tarrant's on the lead. He's running now. He has run about 80 metres to get this ball.
And it was a superb kick by Wakeland. So good hard work from Chris Tarrant. Towards Nick Davis, and he takes the mark and he's off. Bolton can't catch him. Squares it up to Davis. Burns couldn't mark. Lucas mops up. The kick's dangerous, but it's come off to Wellman as Salmon provides some run.
Isn't that amazing? Salmon's rucked all quarter and still running hard to create.
The big fish can't take the diving mark, and he might have hurt his shoulder when he landed there. He's had problems with that shoulder all year. But the question remains, Robert, who's going to take the slack for Paul Salmon?
Yeah, well, we're waiting to find out, and
can't keep going like this, surely.
Buckley's just left the field.
Double change for the Magpies. Didak and McKee on. Essendon had possession. Mark Johnson, kick partially smothered. Heffernan. He's running into trouble. He's caught. Free kick to Collingwood. Advantage paid? Yes. No. Coming back. Now, the umpire was a throw in, but it'll come back. It will be a free kick for Collingwood as we see Buckley off the ground.
Yeah, he's only had the 2 kicks, and that is well down on his usual return.
Spent some time on the bench too last week. Nathan Buckley now. The Collingwood crowd. Wouldn't they love Anthony Rocker to give this a fair shake? He's within range. Don't worry about that.
Will he drop punt or torpedo? Looks like a drop punt.
Anthony Rocker, let's fly. Just away to the left. As we said, he was within range.
Yep.
Tarrant took a lovely mark. Pity he was over the line.
Well, Blumfield's done a really good job for the Bombers. Restrict Buckley to just 2 disposals in the first quarter. That's a super effort. I thought Peveril would have got the job on Buckley, but Peveril's been going with Burns.
Who's a pretty important player for them too, Burns, isn't he?
He is.
Thumping kick by Fletcher. Bolton to Masiti. Good tackle by McKee. Umpire will ball it up. So as we near quarter time, just over 2 minutes left, it is the Bombers by a very healthy 25 points. Salmon against McKee. Kick out of the pack is by Masiti. In fact, it was Blumfield, my apologies. Jason Johnson to the 50. Hurd got nudged under the ball. Lloyd. Heffernan tackled by Scotland. And we'll have a ball up 40 metres out from the Bombers' goal.
Well, they're working really hard to get it into their forward 50 as quick as they possibly can. And I've got no doubt Matty Lloyd and Hurd, Rioli, they'd be delighted with that. Essendon sometimes play the possession game too much. Not tonight.
McGough. Disposal number 11 for him. Wellman against Betheris. Attacking it was Rioli. So was Johnson. We'll have a ball up.
Yeah, there's a bit happening now. The umpire pleading for cool heads. Here's Dean Rioli. Sometimes we've seen umpires quick on the whistle in situations like that. Johnson, Burns, Peverill, there to pounce, as he always is. Never too far away from his opponent.
That's incorrect disposal, umpire. You missed it.
He's called play on. And now a bounce seems inevitable.
And you can see the Collingwood players are saying, well, Wellman, he was tackled. He didn't dispose of it correctly. And the umpire, we see Nick Davis in picture. He's gone right back to the Collingwood goal square. And that was a good tackle because Wellman had one arm which he couldn't use and he just let the ball go. Bad call by the umpire.
That could be the answer to your question there. That was Bolton doing the ruck work for the Bombers, but McGough sending the Pies forward. His 12th possession. Tarrant, oh, Rocker, perhaps could have worked it better between them. Fletcher. Lucas on his wrong side had to kick very quickly off the left to get it towards the line. Welsh, Tarrant. Oh, Welsh, desperate stuff. Great sign for the Bombers, and their supporters will be delighted. They have only won 5 quarters in the last 15 weeks. 3 of them were against Richmond, and they've won that quarter conclusively in the end, Robert.
Well, they do start well, Anthony. They do start their games well. They've won 5 quarters in the last 5 games, and they've really shown with all intents and purposes what they're about. They've hit in hard, they've tackled hard, they've moved the ball on quickly, and they've readily shared it with handball. And it looks like Nathan Buckley's heading towards the rooms for the Magpies. That's not good.
Quarter time, Essendon by 25 points. Now, Jason Johnson has been a star for the Bombers this year. He's had his output lowered so far tonight by Paul Lucuria, but his namesake, Robert, has certainly picked up the slack. Mark Johnson had a fantastic first quarter. 8 possessions. He was really good. Hard at it, and I think he set the theme. Even though he wasn't paid that mark in the first 10 seconds of the game, he was just so desperate. Have a look at that. That's desperation as well as skill and ability. Unfortunately, the umpire didn't pay it, but he's been charging out of defence and setting play up into that forward line. Moorcroft Jacobs kicking 4 of the 6 goals. That's something that Mick Malthouse wouldn't have expected. Sports writer, an innovation as we head towards the finals. Well, we have a look at this, and Lockie's got the ball to kick it in. He wants to put the ball to these 3 Magpie players. Unfortunately, the 3 of them all come in towards the one spot. We need one of them to drop out there. That will take Rioli out, and it just creates a little bit more space. The other one to drop out and just let one Magpie player go for that bit of space in there. Instead, the 3 Magpie players all congregated in, and there was just a squeeze, and you can see he tried to just loft it over the top there, and his teammates didn't help him, so let's not be too critical of Lockyer. As we start this second term, Gerard Whateley with some news on Buckley.
Yeah, Nathan Buckley's night is over quarters. He has done a right hamstring. The ice has been applied now. The doctor went out to him moments before he came off the ground. He played 2 more minutes, then came off. He's gone.
Well, that's astonishing news, isn't it, at this early stage? Lloyd, everything falling for the Bombers at this stage. Carousella, one-on-one. Jacobs, he's got great support. Moorcroft just lurking, waiting, trying to create a miracle.
You know, Anthony, the amazing statistic in the first quarter, 44 handballs, Essendon, to 16 Collingwood. They are playing on and sharing and running and creating as they haven't done for a couple of months.
Gee, it's a devastating blow, isn't it? Buckley on the eve of the finals.
Hamstrings can be, well, anything from 2 to 4. They almost mucked it up again, the Magpies. Lockyer, you have to do the kicking in now with Buckley out for the rest of the game. Here's another chance for Essendon. Jacobs goes backwards to Lloyd. He'll wind up from 49 metres. Matthew Lloyd just misses.
Can you get him off the hook that time, Rob?
No. I think the message would be kick it long to the ruckman, the next 2 kick-ins, and let's settle things down a bit.
Clement goes long, looking for Cloak.
I like that one.
And the Magpies are away. Cloak not sure what to do with it. To the 50. Wobbly old kick. Welsh. Lucas has been good in defence. Here's a chance for Burns. A snap. But it's going to be marked in the goal square by Bolton, and the Bombers are now away.
They are. Fletcher in full stride across half-back, and there are loose men everywhere. Go, says Mercedes. Moorcroft does with a bounce. Lloyd leads in Clyde, and that's where the kick goes. And Matthew Lloyd, as the Bombers start to flourish, he's looking a little more dangerous tonight, Rob.
And he's playing a little bit further out from the goal square. They often give Lloyd the goal square, and he leads from there, but he's playing more across the half-forward line. Jacobs and Hurd dropping back in behind him. Take his very best kick to kick this, but he can do it.
It's just about the same distance, isn't it, as the other one that didn't quite make it.
And this is where you wonder, should he be given this amount of time to kick the footy? Because the guys kicking in at full back, they're told to hurry up.
Just ask Tarkin Lockyer about it. Here's Lloyd from 55. It looks great off the boot, and it goes all the way. Never in doubt. That's his second.
Wonderful kick.
What a start by the Bombers. 7-5-47. Collingwood, without their captain Nathan Buckley, who's off with a hamstring injury, 2-2-14.
And again, this little man here is causing the damage. Freeborn is still his opponent, but not paying him the respect he deserves. That's a beautiful pass. And an even better kick outside 50, put it over the line.
Collingwood in trouble. They're trailing by over 5 goals, and their captain is out for the rest of the game with a hamstring injury. How serious it is, we don't know. Johnson can't trap it for the Magpies. Blumfield dead. That ends up with Carousella, who sweeps it to Lucas. Magnificent kick, spots up Rioli on centre wing. Rioli, little chip kick was also clever. Bolton says, I'll get it. Can he get it onto Hurd? He can. Hurd's under the punt from Freeborn. Back to Bolton. Bolton runs to 40. Can he throw it through? Magnificent! What a goal to Mark Bolton, and everything going right for the Bombers. They lead by more than 6 goals.
Well, we're seeing the finishing off here, but it all started across the half-back line, a series of quick handballs, and it set the play up, created the loose player on the wing, and Bolton doubled up, got the handball back off Hurd, and he backed himself from a boundary line to put it through. Their confidence is soaring. Magpies in big, big trouble.
It's the happiest they would have been in that rather crowded box for a few weeks. Yeah. 8-5 to 2-2. Saturday night football. September has arrived early. The Bombers, well, if they keep this form up, they'll be there in September. Don't worry about that. Free kick advantage was going to be paid.
Yeah.
Now it's going to come back, and it's a Collingwood ball. Bit of confusion amongst the players. Certainly the Essendon players arguing the toss with the umpire. Scotland to take it. Now Loney, not quite within range, but getting close up. Rocker's deep. He goes short. Interesting decision making that. Bolton, the last goal kicker, taking the relieving mark, and Wellman runs for him on the wing.
Bit of arguing going on with the Magpies too. Josh Fraser not happy with the Loney kick and letting him know physically, with arms going everywhere, that's not good.
Confidence has returned to the Bombers. Johnson at full stride looking for Hurd. Well done, Clement. McGough, who's been the Pies' best until then at least. Pepper. Oh, dangerous handball. He sold Wellman into trouble, who should have been penalised, really.
Oh.
Poor play by the Bombers, but they might get out of it now. Fletcher. Recovered pretty well. Salmon, he's got a couple on over the top. He can link up with. Could have gone to Mark Johnson.
Anthony, the Peveril handball to Wellman wasn't a good one, but that's what's got them to this stage of the game, by taking risks and playing on and sharing the ball.
Fletcher well up the ground. Goes searching for Hurd again. Just the fumble. Jacobs, who's been so creative down there. Mercedes just fell at the crucial stage. It might not matter. Oh, Johnson just getting back in the nick of time. And Batheris provides a good lead for him. The ball is just not bouncing the Magpies' way at the moment. They are in trouble again across half-back. The high tackle from Carousella helping out Jason Cloak and the Collingwood cause.
And if you're going to take plenty of risks with your handball, you will get into trouble every now and again. But I've got no doubt that Kevin Sheedy has told them to, we'll put up with the mistakes we make as long as everyone continues to play that way.
Batheris looking for Tarrant, got one hand to it, now traps it. Tarrant onto the left, out into space. Fraser against Fletcher. Throw in. 25 out from the Magpies goal, and boy do they need one. 53 plays 14.
There's Paul Salmon, he's Superman, isn't he? Done the lot, and how good was that palm down?
Bombers by 39 points, Peveril. Kept his feet. Wellman. Into space. Lucuria. Great tackle by Jason Johnson. Might have hurt himself there, Lucuria.
There's a fair bit of doubt creeping into the Magpies' minds. They're not attacking the football when they get it. They're hesitant. And the pressure of the Bombers has caused real concern for them.
Had to be close to holding the ball, that one, didn't it?
He's okay, Lucuria, as we have a ball up. Looking at possession getters for Essendon, a dozen to Peveril, 11 to Wellman, 10 each to Mark Johnson, Bolton and Blumfield. While for Collingwood, 13 to McGough, 10 to Lockyer, and then a fair bit of daylight between those two and the rest of the team.
Essendon runner's been out to James Hurd, told him to get more into the midfield. He's been playing across half forward, the full forward line all night.
Rocker attacks it, pumps one long. More in hope than anything else, and that's a terrific mark. Taken by Ryan Loney. Great grab, and Loney will line up only from about 25 metres out.
Well, it's a terrific leap. He really backs himself, the young fella here. Everybody's looking at Tarrant, and over the back comes Ryan Loney. Now, he is a lovely kick of the football in general play. I'm not sure about his goal kicking.
So Loney needs to kick it, and he does. First goal of the second quarter for the Magpies. And a great mark. Sort of sneaked up on everyone there, Ryan Loney. The big kick came from Rocker.
Yeah, off one step, he's capable of getting 50, 60 metres. And he unwinds with that.
It's the Bombers by 33 points. Gerard Whateley.
Justin Blumfield came limping from the field for the Bombers. There's concern for his right knee. The medical staff at work at the moment.
James Hurd in at this centre bounce.
Margin is 33 at the moment. Rocker, Lucas, and gets good support. Welsh clearing the path for him. Wellman better be quick. He was. And Welsh able to dart away and go searching for Jacobs. Good one-on-one with Wakeland. McVeigh on the ground. Lucuria, there's McVeigh, getting a feel for it. Wakeland, not giving him much time to settle. Might get a free kick, no.
It was against Rioli, pretty crude attempt.
Clement hasn't gone with Hurd in the midfield. He stayed across the half-back line.
So McKee, who started on the bench tonight, able to find Scotland easily enough. He's going deep, searching for Fraser. Fletcher. Is there any hanging on at either jumper there? Mark Johnson quick to pounce. Gee, that's a terrific tackle from Didak. Collingwood fans screaming for a free. Their players play on though. Scotland gets it in there. He's given it plenty. Bolton the saviour. Free kick, I think, to Essendon. No, he's called the all clear, the umpire. And a behind. So 8-5-53 Essendon, 3-3-21 Collingwood.
Good kick to the goal square. Bolton, Tarrant. And Bolton did well to cover for Fletcher, his teammate. Fletcher was out of position. Bolton sacrificed to get back there on the dangerous Tarrant.
Essendon worked the ball out through Hurd, Carousel and Masiti. Now Jason Johnson inside the 50. The bounce favours Prestigiacomo, who's dragged off the ball. Good tackle by Jacobs, but Loney's there to mop up. McKee measures the kick. Fraser. Well done, Bolton. Stood his ground. Hurd comes in to lend some support. Essendon have the numbers around the ball. Lucas playing in defence to the wing. McVeigh just come on. Gets his first touch. McVeigh looking for Lloyd. Lurking at the back of the pack was Jacobs. 50 metres out, screws around the corner, and Matthew Lloyd will claim it. I don't know if it was a snap or a pass, but it doesn't matter because Lloyd will line up 15 metres out.
Big mistake made just seconds before that. Shane Wakeland, number 3 in line, left his opponent and went to spoil and wasn't able to get a spoil on it, and it came down to his direct opponent, ended up with Lloyd. But if you're going to go up 3 deep, you've got to get a fist on the footy.
Danny Jacobs getting a bit of treatment off the ball, but he's got the thumbs up from the trainers, so he's okay as Matthew Lloyd lines up for goal number 3, which is better than his season's average, and he has still got 2.5 quarters to go. Slide angle, only 15 metres out. Bread and butter shot for Matthew Lloyd, and he kicks his third. Back out to 38 points. We've been going almost 13 minutes in this second quarter.
And you can see Wakeland at the back there. If you're going to come from behind, you must get a fist on it. He tried to mark. It went to his opponent, Jacobs, who in turn was able to get the pass to Lloyd, and that's an easy goal, and it's one that Mick Malthouse will be filthy about.
So, Josh Fraser joins Nathan Buckley on the bench.
Well, Josh Fraser's had 1 disposal in the first half, and Bolton has just run off him far too easily.
Essendon have had all the answers so far tonight. I guess the thing in Collingwood's favour at the moment is just how long there is left in the match.
That's right. I was just saying, look at the record from Essendon this year. Their second halves have been deplorable, so all is not lost for Collingwood.
That gives them hope, and still waiting to see who'll relieve Salmon in the ruck.
Cloak over the top. Scotland was a little ungainly there. Could have given away a free. Ends up with a footy. And now it's a free kick to Collingwood. They were a bit lucky out of that. Scotland. Loney's gone back across half-back. This is Licuria as they start to get closer towards goal. Forced around the corner by Hurd. Intricate kick. It turned out to be very accurate. And Lockyer.
Yeah, and Smoke and Joe's cribbed about 2 metres from where that mark was taken.
Brian Sheen was onto it. Excellent delivery for McKee from Lockyer, and now he's within range.
Won't suit his left foot. He's entitled to have a shot because distance shouldn't be a problem.
Kicked 3 goals, 1 for the year from 16 games. Steve McKee. This is a big kick for the Pies at this early stage. It is a great kick off the boot. It did not deviate. So the Magpies, their second goal of the quarter, and it keeps them within touch. The margin now 32 points.
Yes, and a series of good little passes there. We saw Loney get it across to Lockyer. Lockyer in turn to big Steve McKee. And McKee able to finish off. Just surprised that there's Sam Hunt on the ground for the Bombers in his first game. Bit surprised that Anthony Rocker's doing all of this ruck work and McKee's sitting in the forward pocket. McKee's the ruckman, Rocker is the forward, and you would think that they'd switch it around because neither, you know, Anthony Rocker, he'll just blow up doing the ruck work.
I guess they're trying to run him into some form, Robert, because he has been struggling for marks. I think he was averaging 6 marks for the first half of the year and only 3 in the last 6 or 7 weeks.
That won't do his confidence all that good. He just fell over.
Well, he missed the other one completely, then slipped under it there.
Great. That's magnificent by McVeigh. A hardball get if ever I've seen one. But Collingwood regained possession. Lucuria, McGough, a little bit quieter in this second turn, but gee, started off at a furious pace. That's a poor kick. Salmon for Essendon. Sells the dummy. Well done by the Fish. Handball not that good. McKee on the left. He'll pump it long into the pocket. Didak kicked 5 last week. Snap it goal across the face. Misses everything.
It's interesting, isn't it, Robert? Didak kicked 5 last week and started on the bench tonight.
Yeah, they've been doing that with Didak for most of the year. He starts on the bench, very accurate around goals, kicked 19 goals, 6 behinds, but a lot more pressure on him now than what he's had in recent weeks. Gee, good bump Whateley there.
Jason Johnson giving Lloyd the opportunity. He turned defender there. Bolton, who's been very prominent tonight for the Bombers. Good tight work for Seedy. Hearn spotted McVeigh. Hasn't got a left foot, but he's got a mean right foot, James. What a kick. What a great kick. And Sam Hunt, his first touch in AFL footy. It might be a goal.
Like Robert Walls, joining the greats.
Yes.
Goal with your first kick, Robert.
Well, that's many, many years ago, but let's have a look at the James Hearn on the side of the boot kick, if we can get that one. And the young fella leads out there and takes the mark. It was a beautiful pass. And won't it be a thrill for him if he can get a goal? Something he'll never, ever forget.
Sam Hunt from 30. He's got it! Well done, young man! What a moment for him, the 19-year-old. Came from the Geelong Falcons, got a torrid introduction to AFL footy in the pre-season against Tony Lockett.
What about this kick, Hutto? He hasn't got a left leg, James Hearn. He doesn't need it when he can do tricks like that. That's just a terrific kick off the side of the boot. And McVeigh finishes off. And the young bloke was in front on the lead. He looks hungry. Everything Essendon does is turning to gold for them.
And Sam Hunt joins some illustrious company with a goal, their first kick.
Well, he's back in the goals. Matthew Lloyd's further out towards centre-half forward.
Did they have TV when you did it, Robert?
Yeah, black and white.
Very early black and white.
It was a silent black and white.
Oh, good on you.
65, plays 27. Mark McVeigh, who was one of the late inclusions for the Bombers.
And you got a spare hour, Hutto. I'll tell you all about that one goal.
Salmon. Oh, great hands to Jason Johnson. Essendon into attack again. Lloyd, back of the pack. Mercedes trying to get it to Moorcroft. Johnson will head for the boundary line. It's 30 metres out from the Bombers' goal.
There's a ferocity about the Bombers that we haven't seen for some time. And Collingwood beaten last week by the Hawks in a pressure game, pretty close game. And this is like finals football, and they have been found wanting to this stage.
Rocker and Lloyd. Moorcroft circling, as was Jason Johnson and Rioli off the left. It went every which way, and it's still alive. Now it's dead. They're behind. So the Bombers 10-6, 66. Collingwood 4-3-27. Ryan Loney. Magpies have had some terrible troubles from their kick-ins tonight. Loney's the 4th player to kick in for them.
Magpies have moved Jason Cloak to centre-half forward.
It was intended for McKee. Curia was clever, and McKee was quick to get back amongst it. It's an open forward line. Fletcher really worked Tarrant over. He had a great supporting cast, led by Welsh. Lloyd's going to have to go here. Jacobs in front was strong. Block here. It's a pretty crowded forward line. Oh, that was just silly, Anthony.
Unnecessary and late, and getting what it deserves. They're pretty frustrated because seconds before Anthony did that, it was Tarrant who put an Essendon player down, and they are frustrated.
Well, he gets it in there quickly. Magpies with a chance to spoil. Good work from Nick Davis, who finds himself across half back. Wellman able to break the tackle though. Again, lots of Magpies in the road. Mark paid, no free kick. Maloney to relieve for the Pies, but he's got not much on offer at all at the moment. As he looks ahead, he finally spots McGough, who'd run for him well on the wing.
Yeah, little Leon Davis has run free.
16th disposal for McGough as he finds Leon Davis, who has his first touch. Straight off the bench. Rocker provided the lead.
Well, the way the Maggies are playing, just short and slow and keep possession. This was the Essendon style of play up until this evening. They keep possession, but they don't go very far. And it just really makes it hard for the forwards, because by the time the ball gets up there, the opposition have just flooded back. Just hanging onto the ball far too long.
Anthony Rocker has got nothing to kick to. Oh, that is shocking. Straight to her. And there you go, Robert. You summed it up in one.
And Moorcroft's run into space. I don't know whether the kick will reach him.
Moorcroft gave away the free kick there. It'll go to Johnson.
Yeah, James Hird just didn't see him quick enough, because Moorcroft had made plenty of ground to get into that space, and Hird just didn't see him quick enough. Another 2 or 3 seconds and he would have been able to hit him.
Lucuria.
See again, Collingwood, they're frustrated. They're just playing for survival at the moment. Keep possession.
Johnson drives it long. That's a good mark by Lockyer, though. Too far out to score. Target Lockyer. 39 points, the Bombers in front, which is the biggest margin in the game. Sideways to Clement. Out of the 50. Holland has it knocked away. Johnson had his head ripped off. Umpire said play on. Mercedes on hands and knees. Lloyd in defence. Momentarily, I'm sure, out to the wing. Jacobs has played a great game. Now Hurd's provided the run, but he can't get it to him. Good tackle by Loney. We've got to throw in. Now, the player kicked the ball away there. That was Jacobs kicked the ball away, and the umpire's come in and said that's a free kick.
Clangers 7-1. And Collingwood, the pressure has got to them. There's no doubt this is like a finals atmosphere, a finals game. Big crowd, MCG, and Essendon have just forced them into making mistakes, forced them into going into their shell. You can see they don't know where to go. Essendon have got the numbers back.
Lucuria. That's a solid mark, though, to Matthew Lloyd once again in defence.
Well, he's back there because Collingwood have taken so long to get the ball down there that the Essendon forwards have got every opportunity just to run back and help out.
Lucas to Fletcher. It's not often you see Lucas and Lloyd in defensive 50 at the same time.
I thought Lloyd was going to turn around and have a shot then at the other end.
So Fletcher in the back pocket. He doesn't seem to be any hurry. He gets a order to kick now from umpire Sheehan, and it's a beautiful kick too. Finds Wellman, who is free on centre wing.
Well, it's a 4-goal-to-2 quarter in favour of Essendon. I think Kevin Schutte would be happy to maintain that. Sure, he'd like to get another 1 or 2.
Almost a good mark to McVeigh.
But would be really, really key to make sure that the Magpies don't get an extra goal before half-time. That means they've won the first quarter comfortably, and then they've had a pretty good win in the second quarter.
Mark McVeigh, like Moorcroft, got a late reprieve tonight. They've been two very desperate players. You can see Moorcroft involved. That was terrific hands from Burns. Creative stuff. That's what the Pies need. They need a bit of run and gun through the middle. Ball in, great hands for that. Loney covers the turf well, and we know he kicks well. And so, Nick Davis gets a chance to shoot a goal.
You see, when Nick Davis took that mark, he immediately stopped and propped and made a mark on the ground. He knows this is about his maximum kicking distance. He didn't want the Essendon player to come over the mark a metre or two. So he's always thinking ahead. He knows he's got the mark. Can he make the distance? Umpire, that's where it is. Don't let Wellman take a step over that line.
Well, Nick Davis played 11 games this year, kicked 23 goals, 16, so he knows how to find the middle. It's a question of distance. He didn't quite have enough on it.
Just needed an extra metre. Didn't quite connect with it. He's disappointed.
From the kick in, Lucas onto the familiar left. McKee's underneath this one for the Magpies. And takes a solid mark. To Leon Davis. In between wing and half forward. Just need to sneak one before half-time, the Magpies. Not out of this contest by any means, given Essendon's atrocious record in second halves this season. But that one, the Magpies much good.
Sloppy
Another poor kick. Yep. Fletcher into the corridor and finds Masiti. Bolton's had a wonderful night so far. With confidence, has a bounce. to Rioli, back to Bolton. Bolton to half forward. Shows a clean pair of heels. They kick just too much on it for Lloyd. But it's cut off by Cloak.
Got a bit of pace, Bolton, for a big man. I think he'll be a good player eventually.
Gets plenty on it. Tarrant didn't get there in time, but came on the scene at the right time as it turned out. He's going to win a free kick. A little fortunate, perhaps. And he's been forced to do all his work a long way from home tonight, Chris Tarrant. Rocker's in very deep. He's in good position here, Rocker. All ground level ball was always going to be Essendon. Hurd, the switch is on. Johnson. Oh, he backed himself and it paid dividends. Johnson. Confidence that elusive quality has returned for the Bombers tonight. Although Rioli's kick pretty poor, and Burns able to relieve for the Magpies, and this is Whateley on the way out.
Just the 5th disposal for Burns as Whateley goes long to Lockyer, who's been Collingwood's best.
Yeah, Paul Salmon dropping back across half-back for the Bombers. That's why the Collingwood players get the footy. They look forward, they see big Salmon, and then they realise we can't go long to that area, so they're just chipping it about.
6 marks, 17 disposals and a goal to Tarkin Lockyer. And there is Salmon.
He's been great.
Welsh to Lloyd. Another kick in defence for him. To Masiti. Back to Lloyd. So they're building here, the Bombers. 27.5 gone in the second term. Less than a minute remaining. Peveril at half forward. Burns again. Good tackle by Jacobs. Umpire will ball it up.
And Matthew Lloyd covering plenty of ground. He's prepared to work across the half-back line and help out. Danny Jacobs there puts a good tackle on Burns. Essendon crowd thought perhaps a free kick. And again, you see Salmon, he's just really run hard to get up to centre-half forward to contest this.
McKee. Quick boot to ball, only as far as Mark Johnson, not the 15. Scrubs one to Peveril. This had hurt if they can sneak one here, the Bombers. Peveril to Lloyd. Couldn't trap it on the half volley. Clement just smashes it away. Falls to Burns. McGough squeezes one out to Scotland, and that'll be half-time. And it is the Bombers by 38 points. 10-6 plays 4-4. As we start this third term, it's Collingwood with the work ahead of them. They trail the Bombers by 38 points. Salmon against McKee. And we'll have take 2 in the middle.
And I think that's the way that it should be. McKee doing the ruck work, have Fraser up forward, Rocker up forward. McKee's the ruckman, let him do the ruck work. Bombers have got Barnard on, he's gone into the forward line.
Once again, it goes down in the middle. Burns is being quiet by his standards.
And that's because Peveril's done such a good job on him. And every time he's got it, Peveril's been close to him, forcing a handball, a rushed handball away. Hasn't been able to break into space.
Betheris came over the top. Now the ball spills free. Masiti didn't get a very kind bounce. Dispossessed. McVeigh, quick hands to Wellman. And the Bombers are off again. Wellman goes long inside 50. Over the head of Lloyd. Cloak the fist. Who's got the pace? Cloak plays a bit of soccer. Hit the post, did it? Gee, that was clever once again, and just shaved the post.
Hesitancy on Jason Cloak's part. He thought about kicking it through himself, and then he's pulled back on the kick, and then James Hurd said, thanks, I'll have a go at it, and almost put it through.
Salmon over the top, Loney, who's been good tonight since he's been introduced into the action. McKee, oh, look at the tackle from McVeigh, just bullied his way through McKee. Great stuff for the Pies. They need to be inspired and ignited tonight. Fraser, Bolton on the mark, gets it in quickly. Rocker the main target. Tarrant from behind. Lucas with the fist. Johnson normally takes those. Scotland. Desperation required. And we saw plenty of it. The umpire lets it flow. Mark Johnson, no real intent on getting it out. And he's a little lucky there.
See with McKee, Robert, since he's come on the ground, he's now Collingwood's 4th leading possession getter with 9.
Amazing, isn't it? Good start in a way for the Magpies because we've seen McKee get into the action. Also, Josh Fraser take his first mark.
Salmon again rucking with purpose tonight. Oh, they let Fletcher in there, Tarrant, and he can clear it. McKee able to take it, and he can send them back into attack. Fraser's made a good lead, about 30 metres ahead, and the kicking to him was okay. So the Pies trying to get some run. Batheris's kick wasn't great. McGough, we know his hands are great. What about his foot skills? Not bad at all. Not bad. I think it's not bad. It's a goal.
Sensational goal. The way he dropped it on the boot, we'll have a look at it. This kid is such a clever thinker. We thought Peverill would take the mark. Have a look at the way he drops it. Have a look at the way he drops it. It is just a terrific drop onto the boot to angle it back towards the goal. Special goal, that one.
Good evening to Bruce.
So not a bad goal from Mark McGough. It was a great snap on his wrong side, and that is the goal Collingwood needed. Can they respond with a second one to really get back into this game? Rioli for Essendon. Concedes a bit of ground to Mercedes, who goes sideways to Salmon. And the Fish kicks it into space. It's a clever kick too to Peverill, who can run on, but decides to unload the handball to Caracella. The sneaky Caracella, what will he do? He kicks it also into space. Beautiful spot up. And there's a nonchalant mark. I've never seen one.
Well, again, they're just playing on, handballing, bringing each other into the play. And Caracella quick enough to see this man with the footy in a bit of space. And he didn't miss him.
Dean Rioli will be kicking from 45 metres out.
Important kick because they just need to answer the Collingwood challenge.
Drop putt on its way, and there it is. So Essendon immediately answer, and those ones hurt Robert Walton when you're trying to get back into the game.
Well, they did work hard, the Pies. First few minutes of this third term, got that McGough goal, and then almost immediately the Bombers get it into their forward 50. Just nice composure there by Blake Caracella to find Rioli, and you can see he was quite relaxed about it all.
So Dean Rioli, the goal kicker. Paul Salmon coming from almost behind the line. Strange little run up. Johnson. McGough still battling Burns, who's been quiet tonight. Lockie around the corner. Attacking the football. Didac. Bit of a fluky bounce for McKee, who goes for home. Leon Davis, haven't seen much of him tonight. Couldn't get on the end of it again. Behind conceded by the Bombers. 11-7-73. 5-5-35. Saturday night football from the MCG. 70,000 plus. We're getting ready for the finals.
Fletcher goes straight up the middle. Couple of Bombers there. Peverill decides to take the mark. To Caracella. Over the top to Welsh. Sweeping handball to McVeigh. So good ball movement by the Bombers. McVeigh stabs one. That's a great kick. And he hits Jacobs on the chest at half forward. Jacobs short to Rioli, just to 15.
Rioli's opponent now is Scott Burns. Scott Burns taken out of the midfield. He was beaten there by Peverill. So Burns is playing at half back, and his tough night continues with his opponent kicking a goal only 2 minutes ago and now having another opportunity.
Dean Rioli, he's about 55 metres out. Into the goal square, almost Jacobs. Moorcroft, can he pinch his third? Moorcroft done it! That's a great goal! Gary Moorcroft, a late inclusion, has kicked his third goal. And crisis creates opportunity is an old cliche, but for Gary Moorcroft tonight, well, he's well and truly back in town with 3 goals.
And little fellas kicking goals is something the Bombers have lacked all year. And what a time to strike form.
So Gary Moorcroft has kicked his third, made something out of nothing, and the Bombers go further ahead here at the MCG. Might have hurt himself, though, after snapping that goal.
Well, this is the Bombers' highest score in the last 5 weeks, and we're only just into the second half, eclipsing last week where they ended up with 76 points. Pepperell giving Hurd another opportunity. Cloak and Jacobs, Clement, Hurd, boundary. 12-7-79 Essendon, 5-5-35 Collingwood. James Hurd tonight, 12 possessions, 1 behind, but he's set up a couple of goals. Bombers again bearing down. Clement, Rosidi in a panic on the wing. Batheris, careful not to give away the free. He'll do well to get a neutral ball here. And good persistence by Batheris. Lucuria forced to just move it as quickly as he can. Good presence from Scotland. Fletcher.
Terrific defensive play by Dustin Fletcher to force that ball over the line.
Well, Rocker and Tarrant, their problems continuing tonight.
Yep.
Tarrant's worked pretty hard tonight,
he has worked hard, covered a lot of ground, but gee, Dustin Fletcher's a good player.
Batheris came in to imitate a ruckman, and it's a Collingwood ball.
Yeah, against Bolton. Now, Bolton's not normally a ruckman, and Salmon stayed back. Bolton did the ruck work, gave away the free.
Oh, Davis, great lead into the pocket.
That's a bit of a worry because Salmon can't ruck all night. Salmon stayed back in the midfield on McKee. And no doubt a free kick there. Bolton just hanging on.
So Leon Davis. And the goals have dried up a bit for Leon in the last 4 matches. Kicked just 3 goals during that time, but he's had a terrific season. It's a tight angle. The Pies need a lift. Leon Davis unable to provide it. Collingwood 5-6-36. Essendon 12-7-79. We've gone 9 minutes in the third quarter. Nathan Buckley still watching on from the bench with his hamstring.
Thumping kick by Fletcher, but Rocker takes the mark for Collingwood. What can he produce here?
Oh.
Goes the big talk. It's an absolute monster, but it's way offline. And it's a free kick to the Bombers. Fletcher to Masiti. Too much for Salmon, but at the back of the pack is McVeigh. Out wide to Welsh.
Jim McVeigh's played a better game too. He was dropped on Thursday night, brought back into the side, so he's got the message from the selectors.
Salmon to Lucas, who's free at half back. Takes the ball into the middle. Thumping kick. Lloyd works his way to the front, back of the pack. Lurking is Jacobs. Moorcroft might get his 4th. Not this time.
Gary Moorcroft's opponent's Ben Johnson. He had the first half on Freeborn, was too good for him. Now he's got Johnson, who's very, very quick.
He's got a sniff of it now, hasn't he, Moorcroft?
Yes.
He possibly could have handballed over to Barnard then, but the goals were open.
When you're hot, you're hot.
So 44 points the margin here. Clement.
And you can see Danny Jacobs working the mark in front of Clement, and that's good to see. He's making sure that Clement goes back and has to think twice about the kick.
Goes as long as he can. Cloak's got to go here. He did well because had good numbers at ground level. Lockyer streaming down the ground. Lucuria being hunted. Just got the kick away, but you can see what pressure did. Rocker, Fraser, under siege. And that's the way the Bombers have attacked it tonight. They lead by 44. They kicked 6 goals to 2 in the opening quarter. And you can see there the disposals per goal, Robert, 29 to 18.
Yes, and the Bombers will be happy with that because that's a better figure than what they've been playing at in recent weeks, where we've mentioned they just take the ball far and wide. Far more direct and quicker with the play on this evening.
McVeigh out wide for the boundary. Hurd. He did keep it alive. Gives Lucuria a chance, but there's some more desperation from the Bombers. Masidi, terrific awareness of what was around him. His disposal wasn't great. Put Jacobs under the hammer. Now Leon Davis getting back to lend a hand. Just blazed away. Gee, that was a high kick. Magnificent as it turned out. McKee taking the mark.
Steve McKee has played well since he's come on. Needs to find a few mates though as Scotland pumps it back inside 50 for the Magpies. Tarrant from behind doing the roving is Didak. He's missed to the right.
Robert, one thing that no doubt would please Essendon, Jason Johnson, who's been by far and away their #1 possession winner this year, is 17th tonight in their number of possessions.
Yeah, Lucuria doing a good job on him.
But it would please him, wouldn't it, that the other guys have stepped up?
Oh, no doubt. Players like Blumfield and Heffernan, Carousella, Rioli, Moorcroft, the list goes on. So many of them playing so much better than they have in the last 4 or 6 weeks.
Scotland puts Collingwood once again inside 50, goes out wide to Leon Davis, but it's hard to kick goals from there.
Well, he missed one from there just recently. Now he plays on.
And he has a stab at goals. This is better. This is a goal. Leon Davis gets his first. And Collingwood are still a chance at the MCG as we near the halfway mark of the 3rd quarter.
I reckon Leon Davis thought, I missed the set shot 3 or 4 minutes back. I'll play on. I'm at my best when it's just reflex and instinct. And have a look at that. 3 or 4 steps, kick around the corner, wave of the finger. He knows it's through.
Can the Pies mount a serious challenge? The next 5 or 6 minutes could tell the tale of that. McKee, Lockyer. So at least they're getting the ball moving out of the middle. McGough, his hands held in there.
McKee having a real impact in this 3rd quarter. And you just wonder why he didn't start the game. He's been their #1 ruckman all year. They opted to go with Anthony Rocker and Josh Fraser in the ruck in that 1st quarter.
Salmon, Willie Tyre, Jason Johnson starting to find it a bit. McKee pursuing it again. Boundary line, halfway stage coming up of the 3rd quarter. Now, what is a safe margin, Robert, for the Bombers, do you think, at 3/4 time?
I think they'd need to be 6 or 7 goals up.
Well, at the moment they lead by 37 points.
So you're a conservative man?
Oh, he's got great confidence in the Bombers. He always pumps them up at every opportunity. Here's Rioli. Essendon 12,880. Collingwood 6,743. Carousella.
And what they're doing now, the Bombers, is the way they've played so much in recent times without a great deal of success.
Salmon blazing. Lloyd, Barnard introduced in this quarter. Free kick. Goes to Barnard. No advantage.
He'll be keen to do well, Paul Barnard. Spent most of the first half, if not the entire first half, on the bench. He's been a really important player for them. Look at the player rankings. G. McKee's leapt to the top. Lloyd, Masidi, Mark Johnson's been good. Jacobs in the forward line. Fancies himself as a goal kicker.
Paul Barnard would take an almighty roost from there. And he gave it a fair shake. 38 points remains the margin. So that's what it was at half-time. So after 15 minutes of toil, the Magpies have made no ground, and they are in trouble from a kick-out again. And the ball's in safe hands for the Bombers. It was in very safe hands. James Hird urging them on. Urging the Bombers on to the finals. 13-9-87 to 6-7-43.
Well, they've had trouble with those kick-ins all night. And you'll have a look at James Hird kick that goal. It gives him special pleasure because the goals have been scarce this year. In fact, I think that's just his 11th goal in 13 games.
Another Tarkin Lockyer clanger from the kick-in has proved costly. Hird gets his first and makes that job just a little more difficult for the Magpies as Lockyer tries to make amends to half-forward Rocker. Strong mark in front of Lucas. Big Anthony wheels around on the right boot. He pumps it long. It's a thumping kick. Two goals to Rocker and just a lazy 65-metre drop punt.
Yes, and it's a little bit like the Leon Davis mark and goal before. Instead of going back, they decide to wheel around, get some momentum up, and you can see he's got a fair bit of pace up there by the time he kicks the ball. That gives you a bit of extra distance on the kick, just to carry the 4 or 5 metres that are necessary. That's a good goal.
So they're hanging in there, the Magpies, hanging tough at the moment. Margin 38, Salmon continues to palm with purpose, but this time it's the Magpies. Lockyer, Rocker missed his opportunity. Lucas! Oh, they just needed to get a tackle rather than a bump in there, and they might have been a chance at ground level. Instead, it's opportunities opening up galore here for Mercedes, and he spotted Moorcroft, who's been so busy and productive. Jason Johnson gives it a good hit to the square. Lloyd loves this. He loves that. Just kept Whateley at bay.
He did. He just had enough touch on Whateley. He knew Whateley was in front of him. He could keep him out of the contest, and the last split second, take control of the ball. And that is a fine mark. And again, they answer the Magpie goal.
So Matthew Lloyd, 9 marks, 3 goals, 1.
Solid mark in heavy traffic. Just had Whateley under the ball. He knew he had Whateley under control. It was then a matter of whether he could mark it himself.
You would think the rest is a piece of cake for Matthew Lloyd. He's done this many, many times. And the Bombers back out to a 44-point lead. 14-9-93 to 7-7-49. At the moment, they are answering the challenges.
And again, quick ball into the forward line. Nice share of the football here. Moorcroft instantly gave it off to Jason Johnson. He had the steps up, long kick towards the goal square. And forwards just want to have a contest, one out against their opponent. They're happy with that.
The Bombers by 44 points. 8 minutes to go in this third term. McKee to McGough. Squeezes a little kick out. McKee was clever to Scotland. Onto the left boot, into the pocket. Leon Davis will get there. Can't control it.
Paul Salmon really struggling to get off the ground now, and McKee just getting his hand to nearly every ruck contest. And again, we've got Bolton against Fraser. It's a bit of a worry for the Bombers here.
Bolton did well though, stood his ground. Lucuria tackled by Hurd. Fraser can't pick it up. Leon Davis, free kick for a hold. It was technical, but it was there.
Let's see if he plays on.
Leon Davis at half forward. Tarrant calling for the ball, so is Rocker. But he ignores them and goes short to Loney. Spilt the beans. Has time to recover. Chips it into the pocket. Didak.
Won't suit Didak's left foot.
He plays on. Everyone on the mark had fallen over. The banana. No, ball coming back. It's a free kick.
In the back.
After he kicked it, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's jammed on the boundary line, Alan Didak, so probably have another crack at a banana here.
Well, he's a clever kick. He's a creative kick. He's an accurate kick, but he'll have to produce something pretty good. Kick a goal.
He's kicked one behind so far, as we see a replay of the free kick.
No free kick.
Yeah.
No free kick. In the back, the umpire said. Nonsense.
Didak with the banana kick. It's a goal. Well, it's threaded it through. No one seemed to be over happy about it behind the goals, but it is good enough. So a suspect free kick has resulted in an important Magpie goal.
Well, let's have a look at it again. Didak takes off. That's a bump to the side. That's a shocking decision by the umpire. And you can see Mark Johnson, he just can't believe that a free kick's been paid.
It can't have been for in the back. It can't even get anywhere near his back.
Well, it wasn't late.
Well, I don't know.
There's the free kick count. Collingwood 15, Essendon just 5.
So 14-9 to 8-7 once again. We speculate, can the Pies, who have been much more in the contest in this quarter, get back into the game? Whateley. Oh, Moorcroft. That was fantastic from Moorcroft. Didn't turn into anything for them. Burns. They're just starting to look a little better than Magpies. A bit of run. Lucuria goes searching for Rocker, but Hurd just getting back to block up a few holes. Oh, Salmon. He had no idea he was coming. Holding the ball. Advantage quickly taken. Whateley delivery pretty good. Didak, just couldn't get there as it turned out. What was that, Dustin Fletcher? Was it a handball? If it was, he is the fastest gun in the West. Away goes Hurd. Out towards Lloyd. And now he looks up.
Yeah. Hurd and Lloyd prepared to play further out from goals this evening.
Stagnant ahead of him. Bolton goes for Jacobs. Barnard's the third man waiting down. Jason Johnson starting to find the footy. Masiti has had 20 possessions now. Peverill from behind. Barnard was there. McGough. Gee, that's a great tackle. Prestigiacomo, it was dangerous. Bombers circling, waiting for a chance. Peverill, Barnard. Oh, was it high? No, it wasn't. Ball up.
Great contest, terrific contest. Players of both sides throwing themselves in, and the supporters really into it. Hoping that he'd get caught around the shoulders, he didn't. And the Magpies onto Barnard.
40 metres out from the Bombers' goal. Cloak smashed it straight to Peverill, who has missed. One behind.
Still waiting for that ruck change with Salmon, Steve. I've got no idea what they'll do because the poor fella can't get off the ground at the moment. I suppose they're in front, so they'll let it run.
94 plays 55. It's 39 points in favour of Essendon. Clement. His target was McKee, who provided the contest. Lucuria. Bit of soccer, gains 30 metres. In fact, he might gain more. Loney runs onto the football. Here's a go for Loney. He can run on and kick a goal here. He takes the ball to the 50. He unloads, but he misses badly to the left. One behind.
One of the reasons Ryan Loney's in the side, he's a go-to player. They give it to him at every opportunity because he's such a good kick. He'd be very disappointed with that result.
Because he'd had a pretty fair game tonight. 10 possessions. Started on the bench. Wellman. Lucas. 14-10-94 Essendon. 8-8-56 Collingwood. Now switches on for Wellman.
4 goals each in this quarter, Hudder.
Nothing to go to. Snooker. Fletcher gets them out of trouble. Still nothing really obvious for Wellman. Blast for it, well, for the boundary
Too
line,
late.
really.
Ridiculous hit by Loney. Too late and downfield free kick, and deservedly so.
Crazy stuff in the circumstances. 4 minutes to go in the quarter.
You can just see there, Loney hit Wellman after he'd kicked it.
As you said, Rob, 4 goals each in the quarter. If Collingwood could get one, maybe even 2, but certainly 1 before three-quarter time.
Yeah, gives them a sniff, doesn't it?
Just a sniff, yeah. Joe Masiti, the Bombers holding things up. Peverill's in for a little short one. He might have to go longer to Jacobs. Bolton down there as well. Prestigiacomo got the fist in. McVeigh waiting. Caracella doesn't need much of a chance to create something for Whateley. Almost. Oh, that was bold. And it was certainly deliberate, but well done by Nick Davis. Tarkin Lockyer on top of the ball magnets.
Yeah, Joe Masiti getting plenty of it as well. Wellman across the half-back line.
Salmon against McKee. Jason Johnson to Mark Johnson. Puts the head down and goes for it. Moorcroft had a great night. Left foot snap into the goal square. Lockyer takes the mark.
There's not a lot. Lockyer just drops back, the old-fashioned back pocket player getting back to guard the goals.
So he takes the ball out of danger. No one to kick to, so he goes towards the boundary line. It won't go out. Hurd keeps it in. Back to the 50. A fingertip to Jason Johnson. Play on, says the umpire. Good handball to Lucas. Tries to break the tackle. He breaks 2. And the left foot kick is sensational.
Free kick, it's got to come back. Umpire played a free kick before that bit of play.
Gee, it was some sort of goal.
Yeah, and once he gets anywhere within 90 metres of goal, Scotty Lucas says one thing, I'm going to have a shot. I reckon he heard the umpire's whistle, he didn't care. Essendon supporters very disappointed because
was it a free kick? Maybe he paid the mark.
Yeah.
High tackle after he got rid of it.
Johnson's kick's poor, but at least it goes to a teammate in Barnard. To Welsh. Inside 50. Cloak. Oh, well done by Jason Johnson to spoil. Couldn't get the handball away. So now he's besieged by Magpie jumpers. We'll have the ball up 40 metres out.
Courage.
Things get a little bit niggly.
Yeah. There's the free kick over the shoulder.
He's had 6 disposals this quarter, Jason Johnson.
Yeah, he's pushed into the forward line. He and Masiti have been sharing half-forward flank and midfield.
Salmon against McKee. Salmon to Rioli. Burns heads towards the boundary line.
Gee, they're under pressure, the Magpies. Essendon, if they can get another goal, they win the quarter. And they'd be happy with that.
Yeah, there'd be no stopping them, you wouldn't think, would you, if they can get one more before three-quarter time. Salmon. Burns has not been able to get free all night. McVeigh, Scotland.
Gee, Rioli's working hard to keep that ball locked in. All the Essendon players are, but a good smother there by Rioli. They just can't clear the ball, the Magpies. Towards the end of this third term, again, the Bombers would be happy to deny Collingwood a chance to score.
So under 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. And again, the Magpies deciding the boundary line's the best place for the footy to be at the moment. There's Paul Salmon.
Favouring that shoulder again.
We look at the handballs there, and it's dropping away from the Bombers. They started so very well. They're running out of a bit of gas, but that's to be expected. They started so well.
Good decision by Clement there. Prestigiacomo didn't let him down. So the Magpies with an opportunity. They're going to have to be very clean here. Oh, that was beautifully read. Young Welsh. What a great job overhead he did against Dynac on that occasion. Nowhere to go. Opportunity has passed for the short kick inboard. There's Hunt back on the ground. Mark Johnson, who has been a general in defence tonight.
Wellman's run off Nick Davis.
Yeah, they've linked up beautifully. Hopes for Jason Johnson, not quite at full tilt. Burns as courageous as ever. So the Magpies run again. McKee, can they get something linked up this time? Ben Johnson shoots for Tarrant, but he didn't get enough on it. And once again, Wellman relieving for the Bombers.
To Fletcher. Here you go, short to Masiti. Masiti now has 22 touches as he finds his captain. Hurd into the middle to Rioli.
What a good kick. Just playing the midfield role now, James Hurd.
Rioli out wide to Peveril. If they can get one here, the Bombers, that's really going to hurt Collingwood. Into the pocket. Wakeland. Jacobs, great tackle. Throw in. Ooh. Well, it was 38 points at half-time. The margin now is 38 points.
Gee, that's close, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the right decision. Over the line.
So the Magpies have made no inroads in this third term. McKee. Quick kick out. It's marked by Holland. But there won't be enough time for the Magpies to get a goal, you wouldn't think. Brodie Holland to the wing, looking for Rocker. Pushed under the ball.
If anyone can kick a goal from here, it'll be him.
Give you 100 to 1. And not even Rocker can make the distance from there. So three-quarter time, 14-10-94. Collingwood 8-8-56. The margin at the third break is the same as at half-time. As we start this final term, it is the Bombers 38 points in front of the Magpies.
Salmon, he's still going. We might be still asking the question at the end of the game, Robert, as to who's going to replace him.
We'll never know.
No. Rioli getting back to help. Hurd. Or Clement over the top. One more would just about do it for the Bombers. Oh, Hurd, colourblind there. Scotland. And now they can get out. Mercuria has McKee, who's worked really hard since he's been on the ball particularly. Again, Mercuria hoping for Rocker. Lucas has just edged him off it. Oh, Salmon didn't know he was coming, Tarrant. He's given away the free. Advantage, and Lucas will gleefully take that because Jason Johnson was on for him. Hurd makes his lead. Lloyd waits. Jacobs, he switches back for Hurd. Lloyd away to Hurd's right. Jacobs is the target. Lloyd will act as the rover here if it ever gets to him. It didn't. It didn't have to. Jacobs, I thought, maybe rightly claiming the mark.
He's been setting himself to take a specky all night, Danny Jacobs. Enjoying playing in that forward line. A couple of hands on that.
Well, the umpire bouncing at Brian Sheehan. Heffernan trying to get on it. Moorcroft.
Gee, he's hungry, isn't he?
Well, he's got a taste for it. He only kicked 4 goals for the season. He's got 3 tonight. 14-11-95 Essendon, 8-8-56 Collingwood.
3 goals through to Gary Moorcroft. Ryan Loney to bring the ball back into play. Chris Tarrant tonight, just looking at his stats, Robert, 6 disposals, 3 marks.
Yeah, disappointing night. McKee's the one who has really helped the Magpies in the second half.
So Tarrant's also given away 3 free kicks. Jason Johnson wins the ball for Essendon. To the 50, Heffernan. Scotland. We saw Hawthorn last night erase quite a large deficit in a short space of time, but just can't see it happening tonight as Lockyer goes to the wing. Welsh fought his way to the front.
Gee, we've seen this young fella do that a couple of times. He really is determined to get that front spot.
Mind you, Hawthorn went on to get beaten last night, so didn't do them much good. McVeigh, poor kick to the 50.
I thought you'd mention that actually, Stephen.
It's marked by Burns. Just stating a fact. As Burns goes to half-back and finds Lucuria.
Lucuria to half-forward. Davis, Wellman. Somehow he kept his footing. And once again, the inside-out kick not working for him that time.
Just wonder if Chris Tarrant might be released of a bit of pressure if he's given a run on the ball. Playing on Fletcher all night when the ball's coming in pretty slow is awkward.
Off the ball.
Is it going to be downfield or reverse?
Fletcher and Didak.
It's a Collingwood ball. And 50. It's going to be a Collingwood goal. It is going to be a Collingwood goal. That was the first one. Is there a second?
Well, no need for that. And then the arguing with the umpire gets the 50-metre penalty.
Well, I guess Mark Johnson figures now can't be any more danger. I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
So Alan Didak's going to get a gift here, and one that Essendon would not be comfortable giving it away. As we see Welsh coming from the ground. That was the first one the umpire obviously didn't see.
Yeah, and he's come off under the blood rule. So Fletcher obviously flying the flag after Welsh was put down.
Makes a mockery of it, doesn't it, when you see both?
Yeah. Well, you see
now it's been reversed again. It has been reversed again in the meantime. Heard.
Might have been watching the replay.
Yeah, well, we all were. McVeigh takes it and the Bombers are away.
The controversy at the MCG as Collingwood had a certain goal taken away from them. Johnson kicks the big torpedo. The big flyer was Bolton. Johnson can't control it. Well done by Heffernan. Rioli breaks the tackle, sells the dummy. Onto the right, into the pocket. Massini can't get there. We've got to throw in.
Always looks to give it off to advantage, Dean Rioli.
Let's have a look at the reversal here. He's reversed it for that. Gee, that's just complete over umpiring.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, shit. I can't believe I've seen that.
Me either.
Oh, and he's reversed it for that.
Well, in the end, it was probably justice.
Yes, but you can't give a free kick for that, can you?
No, you can't.
Where's the geesh?
It was a tap. Let's see what Didak does to Massini. Just a bit of a tap on the chin and the umpire falls for it.
With the footy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm flabbergasted. As the ball goes over the line for a throw-in. 95 plays 56.
If you're a big bloke fighting a little bloke, you can't win. Because if the little bloke beats you like that, you look silly. And if you give him a belt, everyone says you're a bully.
Trying to ball up.
So why do you keep belting me, Robert?
That's a very good point, though, Robert.
Oh, no, you can't win if you're a big bloke fighting a little bloke.
Sounds like bitter experience, doesn't it?
So we have the ball up 50 metres out from Essendon's goal. Salmon wrestling with McKee. Brodie Holland. Clearing kick. Rocker gets underneath it. Good mark. So Rocker in the middle of the MCG plays on. Beautiful kick to Fraser. If he can turn around, he couldn't take the mark. He should still get a goal. Over the head, a party trick. But not good enough.
Gee, I think Bolton just got a deflection on that with his fist.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at it. The long kick in from Anthony Rocker looked like it to be a certain mark to Fraser. And I think Bolton might have just got a fingernail on it.
Well, the Bombers have eclipsed 6 minutes so far. So the Magpies have got to get one soon. They've got probably 3 or 4 minutes to get a goal. McKee, great spoil. Masidi off the outside of the boot. Ben Johnson could use his pace. Well, Peverill just locked onto him, lassoed him in. You could see the confusion there for McGough. Nothing to go to. Prestigiacomo on Masidi's had a great game. 27 possessions for Joe Masidi. Off, rare fumble from Jason Johnson, just letting Josh Fraser and the Magpies in. Umpire let it flow. Holland, Licuria, quick kick. Tarrant, can he stand up and take a grab? Not that time. Davis was lurking, he was lingering, he could see the goals, he just couldn't find them. 14-11-95 Essendon, 8-9-57 Collingwood. Becomes 8-10-58. So the margin is 37 now.
Just get the feeling the Bombers are happy to contain the Magpies. Masidi getting into the back half to help out.
Fletcher up the middle, and Masidi over the top claims the mark.
Played a very good game, Joe Masidi.
He goes out wide to Hurd. So he sidesteps Davis. Too easily in the end. So Hurd drills one to half forward, looking for Lloyd, no mark. Leon Davis. Scotland, back to Leon Davis. Hurd's there, clever tap. Caracella goes backwards to Peverill. Another disposal for Masiti, who's looking for Rioli at half forward. Burns did well, now Leon Davis.
Struggling with fitness, Dean Rioli at the moment.
Clement at half back. Goes long, Rocker. He's working hard, Tarrant.
Got to be more physical, Tarrant.
And now the Bombers clear again through Fletcher.
Has to be precise with the kick, doesn't? Maybe he doesn't. Just go the whole field. McVeigh out wide. Good strong lead from Welsh, who's pushed forward. Being tracked by Loney. Good play, Loney forced it out on the ground. He sees Lucas. They only need one more, the Bombers. Scott Lucas, who started the game in defence.
I'll have a look here. Tarrant takes his eye off the ball. He's more concerned about Joe Masidi, a midfielder, and that is disappointing football. He's got to be hard and aggressive at the ball.
Yeah, I think you can see his anguish at himself. Lucas, one more will do the job. And the Magpies are buried for the night. And the Bombers are headed to September. They're on their way. 15-11-101 to 8-10-58.
Good play by Welsh there, just to not go to ground. He kept his feet, in the end able to get the ball away, and Scotty Lucas would enjoy that.
Scott Lucas gets his first for the night. Rioli's having a break, and Barnard comes back on the ground for Essendon. So the Bombers home, and with their last two games against Fremantle and Colonial and Carlton at the MCG, you'd think now, given the results so far this weekend, that Essendon will play in the finals.
Is this the rebirth of the Bombers, do you think, Robert? Have you seen enough?
Oh, look, the game plan has changed. Run and share. The camera's on Chris Tarrant. He hasn't run hard enough. He hasn't chased hard enough. He hasn't given the second and third efforts. And I've just watched him pretty closely. He looks as if he's had enough. That's disappointing.
In the middle, Salmon against McKee. What a game the big fish has had. McVeigh. Burns attacks it and takes the mark. Johnson provides the run. He goes to half forward. Tarrant, he attacks it this time. Oh, it's just lost the football. Well, that sums up Chris Tarrant's night. Just completely playing without confidence. And that's sad to see, really. Lloyd couldn't take the mark, but recovers. Onto the left to Barnard. Oh, gee, throws his weight around there. It's a free kick to Collingwood.
Gutsy effort by Lockie to run back. Also Burns, you'd expect nothing less from Scott Burns. Buckley on the bench. Jason Cloak.
For those that have just joined us, Nathan Buckley injured his hamstring early in the game as we see Barnard giving away the free kick.
Makes you earn it, doesn't he, Barnard?
That was not a great kick. McVeigh in from the side. Mercedes has just had a wonderful night. 30 possessions for Joe Mercedes. And with Mercury to return, I wonder if the Bombers could marshal together the forces sufficiently enough to have a real shot come September.
Let's see if Paul Salmon gets off the ground.
No, not really. Oh,
I saw 1 foot in the air.
Yeah, he's done a wonderful job though tonight.
He's been magnificent.
Lockyer gets it in. Rocker has kept on trying Lucas. They knew which side he'd turn. Tarrant kept working that time, Robert.
Yes, good.
Clement. Davis, intricate little kick it was. And Leon Davis to have a shot from just on the 50. And you can see how long it is since their last goal, almost a quarter ago.
He just caught one there accidentally. Moorcroft, that won't worry him. He's had a good night. His best game for the season.
Kicked a goal earlier, Leon Davis. He gives this plenty. In fact, he's done it easily. That's a great kick from Leon Davis. 50 metres, no worries. So 9-10-64 Collingwood, Essendon 15-11, 101.
Good tackle there by Tarrant. Locks the ball in. Then works hard to free it out. That's good work. And Clement, clever little chip pass. Davis goes back, kicks his 27th goal for the year.
Essendon by 37 points as we near the halfway mark of the final quarter. Fraser to Lucuria. Magpies back into attack. Tarrant. Can he trap it? Does so. Good effort to McGough. Freeborn. Run down by McVeigh. Davis around the corner. Into the corridor. Leon Davis forced to spoil. And now he's all locked up by Fletcher and McVeigh. So a ball up 40 metres out from the Magpies goal. 14.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. 101 plays 64.
We see James Hird coming down to be part of the action here. He's changed with Peveril. Peveril's gone to the half-forward flank for the Bombers. Lucuria will run with Hird.
So the Magpies working hard here, trying to get another goal. They might get a real opportunity. McKee takes that opportunity, and they've got 2 in a row. Haven't been able to do that much tonight, Robert, have they? Been able to string a few together. 15-11 to 10-10.
And it's a good effort by the big man. Anthony Rocker doing the ruck work. Didak gets it, flips it out. And that is a super effort by Steve McKee. He's close to 200 centimetres tall, able to get it on his trusty left boot. And at the moment, Josh Fraser doing the ruck work. McKee playing in the forward pocket.
Just might have left their run a fraction late, Stephen.
Well, we're just past the halfway mark and it's 31 points the difference. If they can get another one in the next minute or so, you just never know. McGough can't get the handball away, so we got another ball up in the middle. Major goal scorers for Essendon, 4 to Lloyd, 3 to Moorcroft, 2 to Jacobs, while for Collingwood, 2 each to Rocker, McKee and Leon Davis. Brodie Holland couldn't get it out. There's Lucuria. Now Collingwood work the ball forward again to the 50. That's a mark, free kick, whatever you like, to Mark Johnson. Dishes to Lucas. Jacobs trapped it nicely. Back to Lucas. Finds McVeigh. Here's a chance for the Bombers. McVeigh's got plenty of room to move. Sizzling pass to Lloyd. Just couldn't hang on to it, Lloyd. He was holding those early in the game. He's dropped off a bit in the last quarter, Matthew Lloyd, but he's still got 4 goals. But Collingwood work it out in defence. Holland to Fraser.
Got to move it really quickly, Collingwood, to have any chance to win.
He does that now. Jacobs gets back. Tarrant at least made the spoil, kept the ball alive. Nick Davis didn't do enough as far as the Pies were concerned. Johnson. Jacobs trying to track him. Davis going again. Being forced backwards. And the Bombers kept on working as they have all night. They're exhausted. They have given everything tonight. Mark McVeigh and his teammates, Joe Mercedes, as you can see on top of the player rankings, they lead by 31. We know their record is poor in the last quarter. They seem to have done enough. 17 minutes gone, 70,000 almost the crowd tonight, 69,000. Confirm that figure in a moment. Barnard, the Bombers, through Hurd, through the middle. Bolton, waiting. Lloyd makes his lead.
He's improving each game, Bolton. And they can use him in a number of roles. As a tall defender, even as a ruckman in short periods. He can even play on a wing. He's got plenty of pace.
Lloyd waiting. Caracella now gets the nod as he goes. Well, he went for Lloyd, but it was a funny old kick, and Barnard was playing in front, and he reaps the rewards of doing that.
Essendon have won only 3 final quarters for the year. It'll be good for their confidence again, you know, as well as they've started and worked through the second and third terms. If they can win the final quarter, it'll be a real confidence booster for them.
It would mean they'd win the half as well, given that the third quarter both teams kicked 4 goals for. The main thing, though, for the Bombers is they are on target to win the match. Paul Barnard. That looks good. That looks very good. If there was any doubt, there's none now. It's 16 goals, 11, 107. They've only got past 100 points 3 times in the last 15 matches, Essendon.
Yeah, and Bolton, just as I said, improving all the time. And the Bombers, they're dangerous when they get 60, 70 metres out from goal. They always look to put it out to advantage of a leading player. Caracella sees the lead from Barnard.
So a sad old night for the Magpies. Their skipper's injured with a hamstring. He may miss 2-3 weeks. Depends on how serious it is. And Essendon get the free kick in the middle. They lead by 37 points.
It's too tight to kick it, Simon.
Might need a walking frame to get home. But he won't mind. He's had a great night. Jason Johnson. Well held early, but he's come into the game. And Matthew Lloyd will be lining up for goal number 5, directly in front, 20 metres out.
Jason Johnson's super kick, and about 6 of his teammates have gone to him to acknowledge that. It was just a lovely little chip pass. He got 2 metres off Shane Whateley. That's all that Lloyd needed. Matty Lloyd's played a really good game. He's covered a lot of ground. And you can see that 11 marks, 4 goals. But he's got plenty of ball around the midfield. He and Hurd have both been prepared to push up and allow Moorcroft, Jacobs, Barnard to play inside the forward 50.
Averaging just under 3 goals a game this season. Tonight, he has got 5. So the Bombers are home at the MCG in front of almost 70,000 people. 113 plays 70. It's the Bombers by 43 points.
And again, Essendon always have been dangerous in that situation. It's something they drill and drill and drill. 65 to 80 metres out from goal. Just take your time, put it to the advantage of a player leading into a little bit of space in the forward 50.
Magpie supporters have seen enough.
Yes, and they'd be worried, wouldn't they, with their skipper injured.
17-11 to 10-10. The signs are great for the Bombers, and they'd love a couple more just to put the icing on the cake. Jacobs, Hunt, Moorcroft. What was that? He's kidding himself trying to kick one from there. Oh, who knows?
He'd have a lash at anything.
Yeah. Matthew Lloyd, of course, kicked 5 goals on his return from injury and then managed only 7 goals in 5 weeks. But tonight he's kicked 5. Inquisition into whether that was a behind or out of bounds. So the Bombers still deep in attack. They just love to pile a few more on. Hunt at the back. Heffernan holding the ball. Advantage paid. Loney will take that. Lots of space ahead. Made it pretty tough for Josh Fraser. Salmon looking and still one, Rob. Look at him go. And he taps it over the line and out of bounds. He's a star. I don't know if he'll play next week or not, but he's had 4 quarters tonight.
He's enjoying it too. I reckon he might sleep in tomorrow morning.
17-11 plays 10-10. He's still going. Jason Johnson, and he has worked his way. I mentioned earlier he was 17th in the possession order for the Bombers, Jason Johnson. Well, he's worked his way to equal 6th at the moment. He's up on 19 possessions.
Well, we said pre-game there are a few shakes with the Magpies. They've got some real worries now with Buckley being injured and their key forwards not firing a shot.
5 minutes left in the game. Hurd puts Essendon into attack. Heffernan, clever. Can he get it to Barnard? He can. Barnard kicks it into the forward pocket. And we'll have a throw in. So it is the Bombers leading by 43 points. And they will be very happy, the Bombers supporters, because with 2 relatively comfortable games before the finals, they're pretty much now certain of making the action in September.
That just goes to show the confidence of the Collingwood players is really well down. Concede the behind.
Tarkin wasn't heading to take the kick in either.
No, no.
Loney to bring it back in. Short.
Do you think there's a place in Mick Malthouse's mind for Jared Malloy for their finals campaign?
I think he's become pretty important after what we've seen tonight. You know, there is, you know, Tarrant gives no real aggression in the forward line. It's not in Anthony's nature, although he goes pretty hard at it. They need a hard, tough forward.
They've just got to change the mix a bit, don't they?
Yeah.
To the wing, McGough. Well, he's had a great game. Certainly in the first quarter, he was outstanding. He's got 22 disposals. And that's a good mark by Nick Davis, who clearly is just not right with that groin problem. Do you persevere with him, Robert?
Well, I think they have to, because he is a brilliant player, but you just about got to say, well, look, he trains hard, he plays. I don't think you can nurse him any longer. He either breaks down or he gets through, because at the moment he's just playing in short patches.
Nick Davis has kicked 2 behinds this evening, and he has missed to the right. So 3 behinds is a return for Nick Davis. Plenty happening off the ball too. Gary Moorcroft is amongst it, having a few discussions with some Magpie players as James Hurd sits down. What a night he's had again. 24 disposals, 6 marks, 1 goal, 1 for James Hurd. He's well and truly done his job, as he always does.
Sam Hunt
goes short to Jason Johnson. Now Fletcher, another Bomber who's had a great night. Drives it long. From the sideline, he couldn't mark. Speaking of marks, here's Johnson.
Bombers have got a new full forward.
Salmon. Can he put some icing on the cake? Moorcroft might. Can he get there?
Oh.
Yeah, he's got it! Moorcroft's got 4! And doesn't he love it? Well, they got a stay of execution before the game. He was dropped into the side, and he's been one of Essendon's best tonight with 4 goals.
Oh, he's been lively, hasn't he? He's just can't get round onto his left foot there. Finally bangs it on the right. And we're going to find out who the relief ruckman is for the Bombers, because Salmon's in the goal square.
At last.
And I've got Bolton. Yes.
Well, I reckon Gary Moorcroft, he would have been the #1 choice in the league to try and get a goal in that situation, wouldn't he? He just knows how to get them. 18-12 to 10-11. Oh, the Bombers have been such a wonderful side in the recent years. It's been amazing to watch their decline this year. Tonight, though, maybe this will be a turning point for them. There's been some great signs. Their stars have rekindled some form. And some of their younger players have really stood up. Lockyer as the Pies try and go forward. Didak. Very short kick. Rocker thought about the goals. He thinks about them now. It won't quite have enough on it. Sean Wellman's been another star for the Bombers tonight.
Wellman and Lucas and Fletcher have been great in that back line.
Plenty of options too. Jason Johnson. Tarrant bearing in on him. Going for the wing. Well-weighted kick. Danny Jacobs, who started so well tonight, playing as a forward. Johnson kept on running. Forster Knight. Just an insatiable appetite for the ball, Jason Johnson. Fletcher indulging in a bounce. Haphazard looking kick. Moorcroft for #5! Oh, Gary Moorcroft, it's your night tonight. It's probably his best game since he took that screamer at Colonial Stadium.
Well, he hurt his hip that night, didn't he? And since then, he just hasn't been able to physically produce.
Paul Lucuria been in a headlock there with Danny Jacobs. And Lucuria has been run off his legs tonight by Jason Johnson now. Lucuria's extremely fit. We see Paul Salmon there. I reckon this is a statement by Kevin Sheedy to keep the big fella on the ground for the duration.
5 for the best for Gary Moorcroft. And what a night he's had.
Yes, and he's beaten 3 opponents. Freeborn, Johnson, Burns. He wants one more.
One more. Well, he's been pretty lippy in the last quarter, and why not? 5 goals to Gary Moorcroft. Fraser to Lockyer. Collingwood into attack. Rocker. Leon Davis, he's kicked a couple. Brodie Holland's been very quiet. Looking for McKee, but chipping in is Jacobs. And he kicks into space. Bolt will get there first for Essendon. He's also been a great contributor tonight. To Hunt, who kicked a goal with his first kick in league football this evening. Has a bounce inside 50. Not this time, as it's cut off by Freeborn. Burns out wide to Holland. Burns provides the run. Mercedes runs him down. Just too tight to lay a tackle. He's had a great night, Mercedes. 30 disposals for him. Barnard attacked it. Clement. Barnard. Throw in.
Throw.
It is a throw, so it's a free kick to Collingwood. Well spotted.
It was well spotted by Gavin Dorr because he was on the wrong side to see it. Burns. Not long to go now. And the Bombers will be in the 8. Certainly tonight and at the end of the weekend. Are they back? Are the Bombers back? That is the question they've thrown up tonight. 19-12, 126 to 10-11, 71. They came out of the blocks. They kicked 6 goals to 2. They won the second quarter as well, going in at half-time by 38. The third quarter was an even battle. And importantly, Kevin Sheedy, with Gary Moorcroft firing with 5 goals, got his team to finish off the game. They finished off what they started. And they've won the match by 55 points. And the other teams that are higher on the ladder will have been watching with interest tonight. Here's Gerard Whateley with Gary Moorcroft.
Well, Gary, just about the perfect night of the office. A bit of physicality, a bit of lip and plenty of goals.
Yeah, look, it's good for the boys to get back, I think, where we were a couple of years ago. Look, Collingwood are a great team. They threw everything at us. This is our roll and dice game for, the top 8, I suppose. We've got to win the next 2, but, we just showed everyone out there we're back with a big bang, I think.
And personally, a bit of a stay of execution, dropped at the start, but back in.
Yeah, look, it's always good to get a good run, and look, I just help my teammates out, and if I get a couple of goals, I get a couple of goals.
It's been a tough year with the surgery and all, but it seems to turn around for you.
Yeah, look, my fitness is just getting back up to, it's top fitness, but look, I'm just happy to be with these boys back on the winning road.
Just tell Robert Walls how much you love a goal, Gary.
Oh, I love Robert Walls.
Good on you. Simon, did you think you had 4 quarters in you?
Yeah, I don't know what I got in me nowadays. Obviously, going into the game, I knew I was going to carry a fair workload, and it worked out okay. I was able to measure the game all right. So I'm pretty happy with the way I pulled up.
Yeah, well, you would be. I mean, we've wondered all year how much footy you could play. Well, that was a marvellous example.
Oh, look, I'm not sure what I can put out, but I'm fitter and feel much better about it. It's a sort of game that the experienced players need to stand up in a little bit and do all right in.
It might still be a role for the Bombers in September.
Well, we're hopeful. We can't get ahead of ourselves. We haven't been playing well enough, but tonight was a very positive step.
Good on you. Well done.
Thanks, mate.